What's up, YouTube? Today I am going to show the exact steps that I took to starting my mobile welding and piping business legally. These are the steps that I used. Now I may get some criticism for this, but this is just what I did. And there's some other steps you have to do as well, but I will make a part 2. So this can all be done online, and I would start with a site called Legalzoom, and this is for getting your business like an LLC registered with an EIN, which is basically your business social security number, and you can start a corporation or an LLC. I chose to do LLC, so I'm going to show you how much it costs, the process and how to do it, and so on. So what do you want to call your LLC? It's the same, M's Welding and Fab. Just for an example. You check availability, you select your state. So I'm just going to do Wisconsin. That appears to be available in Wisconsin as an LLC. And you see how it works, and it tells you all about it. It's going to give you some different types of offers. You put down your email, your phone number. I'm not going to do that. And when do you want to start your business? I already did. Soon, 1 to 2 months, one day soon in the future. That's up to you. If you are planning on doing it very soon, I'd hit soon. And is it your first LLC? Generally, for most people, this will be their first LLC. And what do? Welding probably won't come up, but construction services will. And you're going to do in person, probably not online, but mainly in person. And yes, I would say you will accept cash payments. And for employees, I would hit no. You can always edit it later. You do not count yourself. Now for the legal stuff. Now you have to appoint a registered agent. Either way, you're legally required to appoint a registered agent. And I went with Legalzoom because they're simple and easy, and yeah, then I already have one, don't have to look for one. But if you have a different agent, so be it. And this is what I would get. This one, the complete coverage. So the operating agreement, EIN plus licenses. Just better be safe than sorry. And then next is total compliance. You don't really need this. This is just kind of like an extra add-on. So I hit no thanks. Next, you're going to need an accountant to figure out, at the end of the year for your taxes. I already have an accountant, so I do not need this at this time. And I do not need this because I already have someone who can help me with this. This basically is saying that, for having an attorney and a legal protection plan. I already have an attorney, and I do not need this. Now, if you do need this, then I would look into this and read this further. So, Express Gold. That means if you really want to start the business, like within the next week, you would click this. If you're not too much in a rush, in 10 days, if you can wait, about a month and you just need some more planning, I would do this one. This is what I personally did, the economy. It's the cheapest and it doesn't hurt waiting an extra 20 days. So this is just for the LLC, making your business officially registered in your state. So you can do 3 monthly payments of $138 or one payment of $408. So let's just tally this up so I can give you a amount of how much about it's going to cost just for the legal stuff. So that's 408, and that's a decent plan. You know, that's a very standard, and it meets all the requirements. It's a good plan to have. Next, you want to go get business insurance. So you want to get an instant quote, okay? And this is to ask you what type of work you do. So I do welding, cutting, metal frame erection. So say Wisconsin, email address. Oh man, I guess I gotta enter a real email address. So after that, you want to go over whether you want general liability, and that's basically saying if a visitor gets injured on site and asks you to pay their medical bills, you drop a piece of equipment to damage a client's hardwood floor, an employee badmouths the client online, and the client sues you. This is standard for every business. So then you just do about you, so they know who's going to be on the policy. And then your business name. M Mike's Welding or M Welding. Whatever your business name is, you can do. Your business physical address. So, whatever. Let's just do a random address. I don't know, just some random address I typed in. And my ownership structure would be a limited liability company. What year did you start your business? 2022. Number of owners, 1. Number of employees, start with 0. You can always add that in later. Subcontractor costs, you can always add that in later. So this is where it gets kind of like important based off your quotes. Metal erection, so if you're doing like iron working, which I don't do any of that, so it's 0. I don't do any of that. Welding and cutting, that's generally all I do. Years of experience in my trade, I have 12. Been doing this a long time, ever since I got into high school. On average, I'd expect about $48,000 a year. Residential, I do very little residential. I'd say 15%. Commercial, 50%. And I do a lot of industrial, though. No, I've not filed any business claims. These are stuff you cannot do. And you have to fill in all these understands. No, it's not been revoked. I've not been convicted of a felony. You select the date your coverage would like to start. And it's going to generate a quote. And it's fairly cheap. And then if you do have a shop, this would make sense, but since I'm a mobile rig, I do not need that coverage. So, let's see. There's the basic coverage, Premier, and Deluxe. It goes over the general liability. So really, honestly, there's no way why you would not get the Deluxe. It's 92 cents more a month. So you pay for first month, last month, and due today is $151.80. That's really not that bad. So then you just enter your card number, and then you'll have once you pay, they'll email you a business certificate. And here's a sample certificate of what it's going to look like. So you can provide those to your clients just because it looks way more professional. And you'll get hired a lot more once you have this all in place. Next, I'd go get some business cards. Now you can get all types of business cards. I prefer to use Vistaprint because you can also get business cards and decals for your truck, like magnets for your truck. You can get postcards to hand out. You can get a lot of different stuff. This is where I go for my business cards, Vistaprint. And last order, I think, cost me about $200. And then you want to get some t-shirts. You want to get some professionally looking t-shirts. You can get a couple work shirts, high vis, and then you want to get some nice button-up welding jacket type ones if you want. That would cost about another $300. So give or take, it's about $1,000 total. And that's not too bad. And that's just for the basics. That means you have the limited liability set up, your legal stuff set up, your insurance set up. You got a bunch of business cards, a bunch of marketing material, and then you have your t-shirts too. So about $1,000. And then you got to factor in the truck, if you don't already have one, the tools, etc., etc. But that's just bare bones minimum to get started on the legal side of things. That's everything you need, in my opinion, for the legal, or what I did to get started. And I will make a part 2 on this. Thank you for watching.